Let me show you how to use Minitab 18 to perform an analysis of means on some test data. In this test, we have correction times of different drivers on different types of roads. And what we want to determine is whether or not their correction time varies according to the driver. We have beginners and advanced drivers. According to road type, we have paved, gravel, and dirt roads, or according to interactions between the two. So do beginner drivers vary in their correction time based on the type of road they're driving, and also do advanced drivers vary in terms of correction time based on the type of road. So we're going to do an analysis of means to figure this out. And to do that, we go to the Stat menu and then down to the ANOVA menu, over to the analysis of means. The response we're interested in is correction time. We're going to assume we have normally distributed data. Our other two choices are binomial, and that would be for count data, and Poisson, which would be for rate data. So we're going to look at factor 1 being the experience factor, factor 2 being the road type, and you can see that we can have optionally one or two factors. And we're going to not change the title. We're going to leave the level of significance at 0.05 and click OK. That gives us this chart. And the first thing we do is we look at the top chart, the interaction effects. Because if the interaction effects are significant, then we have to account for the interaction when we study the main effects. So first of all, in ANOM, the center line represents the overall mean, and the two red lines represent decision lines, and the decision lines tell us whether or not to conclude there is a difference in the means relative to the system or overall mean. And we see that all of the different conditions are comfortably within the decision lines, which indicate that the interaction between the experience and the road type is not statistically meaningful. So now let's look at the main effects. Looking at the lower left chart, the main effects for experience, we see that the mean correction time for advanced drivers is below the lower decision line, and the mean correction time for beginners is above it. So that indicates that the two different types of drivers, or two different experience levels, is meaningful and significant. Looking at the lower right chart, main effects for road type, we see that the dirt correction time is significantly higher than the overall mean. The paved correction time is significantly lower, and the gravel is intermediate between those two. So both main effects are statistically significant, but the interaction between them is not.